think so.
Hello.
Yeah. Let me check. Yes.
Okay.
Right.
It's gonna be like this, right? All we need to do this way. Hello. This is Voice It Out second series. We come early a little bit this time. It's about 2 or 3 minutes later, and we'd like to thank you very much for the second episode that we have last 2 weeks. The 2 weeks ago that we have almost 7 views, right? 700 views.
Yes.
From everyone. Thank you very much, and I hope Gig and I hope that you guys find it useful to be starting to voice it out a little bit, because it's a journey though. It's not just a result that you cannot do something and then you can do it immediately. So we're gonna do that together. And for the person that just come in today, I'd like to share that this is you with us in the foundation of Pinklotus-Foundation. We are living for the number 3, talking about Voice It Out session 3 in the end series. And we're going to talk about that very soon. And together with me, it's Nong Gig Naka. Right, so just wait our friend a little bit for the starting. And if you guys having any question, anything, you just type it on, and then Gig and I will try to manage and answer as much as we can. And if we cannot answer it all, we will type it, the answer, to the Pink Lotus post in Facebook. Right. Okay. Let's see.
Maybe I need to fix.
Make out.
No.
It's okay.
That's one. Okay. We have 5 minutes. Hello.
It's myself. Oops. Okay, just still 5 minutes. Yeah, we with our friend a little bit, so pretty much everyone know that I'm quite on time, so they might need something.
We need to check one.
ได้ 5 minutes หรอ โอเคใช่นะครับที่ไว้
So when we wait for everyone, I would like to recap what we said last episode about voice it out. So clearly that voice it out is not noise it out. Voice it out is ability to speak of what you want calmly and elegantly without damaging everyone. And so we have example like gossiping or blaming or judging. These are not voice it out at all. So how to do the voice it out is, first you must acknowledge your feeling, let it process in your body, and then you think about of what your outcome, and then you speak of your mind with calmness and have a still state. So what happened that if we don't voice it out, or if we don't speak what we really want to, it means that you're suppressing of your emotion, and then when you're suppressing for a long time, one day it will explode. So when it explodes, you'll become a different person, and everyone around you will surprise or what's going on like that. So you need to, if you have a moment, please think about what you want and what your emotion, and let it process, and then speak. Right, so I think right now is a time.
All right, okay, guys. If you just has to do with the other things on your mission, I understand that it's the middle of the day. You might stuck with your work and some other thing that you need to do. You can also watching us through the recording through live later. But thank you very much for the very good response last time from our Voice It Out to second 2 weeks ago, which is reaching to 700 views, and I'm really honored and hopefully and wishing all of our work and talk and sharing is helping shifting something in your life. And today, because of it's such a very important, is a Voice It Out. The important part is because of people say that it's voice it out, what could be that difficult, but actually it's a process to do. It's just not like I wish that I'm a witch or something or an angel to do that. Yeah, you can do this, voice it out. And when people thinking that, yeah, I can do it, voice it out, but it's actually you need to discover that what is the burden and blockages that is stopping you from not being able to voice it out, and then we work through with that. Like Gig just summarized last week, that we need to acknowledge the feeling, what is happening in us, what is the state of that emotion, and then we able to voice it with the message that we have in our head. Not like last time we talked about pretty much of everyone, rather than if we have an ability to voice it out fully, we will stand in this state and saying it with the assertive, which is calm, certain, focus, and respect yourself and respect the others. That is an assertive state. But pretty much when we unable to voice it out, we aggressive by shouting and fighting with that. That is a forefront one. That is not a good thing. It's like, yeah, it might get something done, but not all the time. But you're gonna have to collapse because you're tired and then full of anger and rage all the time to voice it out. And then the other part is suppression, or suppressive or repressed. When you find that you need to express something but you're unable, you stop talking, and then you feel so small, you so little, and then from time to time it's okay. But when you do it again and again and again, it's become suppressing the emotion called sadness and the emotion called unworthiness, because you're unable to demand what is right to you. Thank you for the one that coming inนะคะ. And if you like to share or asking any question, just let me know. So that is, I work with a number of clients that unable to voice it out, but in this zone of repressing, and that took years to be able to fully, properly, healthy voice it out. Okay, so that is the last time that we're talking about. But like today, we know that it's an end series, and we will continue with it. That how to voice it out when the emotional rising or lowing, things like that. Okay, so let's continue with this one. Is there anything that you'd like to share before?
May I adjust the angle a little bit?
Okay, yeah, sure.
Thank you.
All right, so
Sorry, guys.
this way, lah. This way better.
This way better.
Okay.
Let me.
It's all right. Just 1 second, guys. Hi, Elizabeth. Welcome. Why am I seeing you sideways?
Right,
Oh,
so
okay. All right, Elizabeth. Just 1 second. Thank you for letting us know. How are you, Elizabeth? Have you watching us last time? All right. Me too.
I need to.
Okay. In that case, just doing this.
How can I?
Alright, okay, yeah, just a little bit of technical problem with the sideway or not sideway.
Right.
Okay, alright, so we're gonna do this one. Okay, right. Okay, I know how to do this. Alright.
Well, we have first time, so everyone
Okay.
has their first time.
All right, okay, so is it better, Elizabeth? Can you
Yes.
see as well? I'm coming in, so you need to come in as well. All right, okay, thank you. So yes, since we talk about this, what emotional that we should be based on the voice it out the most. Can you hear me well? Right, okay. So basically that I was just sharing before that every time that we do the voice it out, it needs to be in the assertive state. So because of the assertive state is make you kind, calm, focus, and deliver the message, not focusing on the emotional of yourself that might be anger, that want to punch the other guys, or I cannot tolerate this anymore. So that is like not good, no zone to voice it out at that time. But since we know what is the difference, now how are we gonna voice it out in that way without emotional arising and lowing and up and down? So first we have to make a decision that now I'm gonna voice this message out. So for example that talking about I don't want my partner to tell me what to do. But that is accumulate in a situation a lot of time. But you need to make a decision that I want to deliver this message for the purpose of having a better relationship together. And then you commit with this message and with this intention and commitment, you make an intention of delivering this message with the message of kind, calm, and also this message is just saying that I want to be free of thinking. Please do not tell me what to do, and with the determination by not blaming him or her. If you blame him or her, that is not voice it out, that is sending the feedback, and then it's another story. So if you want to voice it out, that voice it out need to be positive message. And before you doing that, you need to role play a couple of times to yourself in front of the mirror or with the loved one that you're able to try on and see and role play with it, that how it's going to be with that. Okay, so a couple of times, and then you will see that, oh God, my voice still shaking. I couldn't do in the best delivery of myself, so I better do it different way. Okay, so you practice it a couple of times until it is the time that you can deliver it. Before you doing any of that, you need to set your state, which is ready with mentality, ready with physical, ready with calm emotion, so you can deliver it. And what kind of message that you're going to send. The message is need to deliver what kind of standard you want to have for yourself. What is your place in this world? What is the worth? And you need to be grounding. So if you know your self-worth, your own value, you know your standard, you know the place that you want, the place of equality in this relationship, you will able to deliver the positive message by voice it out correctly with the kind, calm state. So I have some story to share around this thing. Lately, I was having a challenging dealing with the one of the supplier who is a very, very rude person and very misogynist, very look down person, and keep sending the message demanding me to speaking with him. And it wasn't a nice message. He even said that he's gonna stop switching to our company and our foundation because of this related to I'm not listening to him, or he cannot command me. So in that sense, you have to know now, for me, I need to voice it out now. But with this certain point, it's a very challenging because of our pattern of speaking out in the different person is different way. For me, the pattern of my voice it out is always loud and strong. So I need to back up a couple of notches to be able to, like, where is my standard? What is the message that it need to be done? And what is the worth in this story? So once when I do that, I list what is the message. Like, I don't want to talk to this guy, and he shouldn't be switching me, and it is no point to talk to him at all. So I talk to the owner of the company, which is I'm the owner as well. So you need to know your chip of bargaining as well. So I know that if we're gonna continue this thing, we need to be certain that this guy is not gonna involve it, because of, as he is a misogynist, look down person, and then I have racism as well in that context. So I'm better than those messages. So I have the message saying that moving forward, we're gonna do this and this and this and this, and he's not gonna be in the scene. Are we okay with that? With the kind calm. But it take me some time, those guys, to be able to sit down and then calm myself down, to be in the zone of assertive, because I'm always aggressive. So you have to see your pattern. Some people have a pattern of not talking, and then go back and cry, which is, I work with so many of them. So you need to know how you have to do it. And it might not perfect at the first time, but keep trying until you're able to do it, because it's a progress at the end of the day. It's never be like, how to say, it never be that it need to be perfect, because everyone is the work in progress. And the more that we're able to do so, to develop ourselves, the more happiness that we can be. All right, okay. You have anything to share with us?
So I have a question. That when you say that you need to ground yourself, can you explain more about these words?
Okay, so what I mean when I say that we need to ground ourselves is actually the grounding is come from the spiritual teacher. Basically, it's just like on earth. Because when we hear something and then we think that is get to the nerve, and I want to punch them, on that is aggressive, right? And then when we hear something and then like, how come my parents say this to me and I'm sad and I don't want to talk to him, and then we go to the repressive, and that was crying, so hiding. So those two acts is not grounding at all. We're not calm, we're not at present, we just in the emotional that is not ready to be able to deliver our message. So that's what I mean grounding. You just have to put your feet on earth and feeling that it's okay though to feel this feeling, but let's pinpoint what is the feeling like. For me, when I read the email and then back and forth a couple of times, I just feel like beyond rage. I want to tear that guy into pieces. So I have to ground myself and then see that what is my worth, what is my place, and where is his, right? And what is he trying to do apart of become a verbal abusive, aggressive, and demanding and controlling, and racism and misogynist. So all of that, it can be delivered in a different way, and I can do in a different way. If I'm not calm and grounding enough, I could make this to the top notch. But since I just give yourself some time to articulate that, however long that you need, but not too long. Okay, people need time differently to process. As long as you process, you do not use the excuse to say that. We call excuse disguises by give me some time but not doing anything about that time, but just to park the point. Like there's so many people saying that give me some time to process, but they're actually not processing, they're just hiding or running away. So that is different story. But giving me some time so I'm able to articulate what is supposed to be delivery in the professionalism and in the way that we able to talk to people nicely. So that is what I mean. Am I answer you?
Yes.
All right. So let's go to the second topic that we talked today. Wow, we spent time quite long with this one. Sorry about that. I guess it's important. So we're talking about what voice it out through the nature of community, to the community, or represent community, or represent organization, or voice it out your belief to certain group, certain commune, or certain country, how to do it, and what is voice it out and what is not. First, let's see this. When you voice it out to the community, do not voice it out. If you voice it out, or anyone voice it out with hatred, like hate, promote hating, that is not voice it out at all. That is trying to get some fight, okay? Which is the same thing that I told you before about the situation, because when I hear that thing from the guy, I just like, that is almost like hate, but more like angry, okay? So do not deliver it with the hatred. Do not attacking any single thing. Like for example, if you have the belief in the political aspect, do not attacking anyone particularly or blame anything, because that is not promoting, empowering. Anything that you want to do so around that area, you should know that what is actually your message. Your message of voice it out should be positive. If you promote democracy, you should talk about what's good about democracy, why you want to promote, and who can be an example of that democracy. Or if you talk about LGBT, that could be, you shouldn't come out and then hate the people that hate LGBT. You should come in and saying that or attacking and blaming them for what is hurt you, because that is going to go through different point of view, because you involve so many people, so many energy, so many person have a different rage and different emotional. And do not mocking of the person that you try against with. Just promote the positive one. The mocking part is just make fun of it, and it's a childish and immature one, and that could promote violence, because you aggravate the group of people to spin the hate, spin the violence and childish. Okay, but what is it that voice it out in the good way? What is it? Okay, so delivery with the passion. You remember Gretchen, like the Swedish kids that grow up and talking. Her passion is almost look like hate though, and blame the factory that will produce the pollution. But that is what she was is a kid, but get the attention though. But and then later on she promote the love of the environmental, and then when she grow up, so that is a passion. So the voice it out through the community, through your belief, because in her case is about belief in the good clean air. And what is the best voice it out, like Mahatma Gandhi, like promote the fighting, but fighting in the calm way and be assertive, right? Or Nelson Mandela, who is promote everything, even they get into the suffer. But I'm going to the extreme. Mother Teresa, or Dalai Lama, or even the feminist, some group of feminists, which is Harmony. What is her name? Emma Watson. She's the good way of voice it out around the area of what is the importance of become a woman. But I'm not talking about the gender, the age, everything, but just the message is positive, with full of passion that you believe, inspiring, and have the purpose to including people more and more, and wholeness and unity in that one, and calm and elegant with the delivering one, which is it's certain, beautiful, and perfect with all of it. The message doesn't need to be perfect, but the state to deliver the message need to be perfect, because that you will do as good as you can. And the tonality and the state that you deliver it need to be in the courage and confident mode. And deliver it with the facts and cases. Like the fact is the world need to love each other, and it doesn't matter that love doesn't have gender, doesn't have age. Love can be anything. And why we deny love of LGBT, something like that. We didn't attack anyone, just promote the cause, and that inspiring, and didn't spin the violence in the organization or belief. So that was I invite you to look through with that. So any question or anything that I like to, or if you guys watching later, you can send me a personal message later. All right, so the next one, how to delivery the voice it out when the receiver is actually not ready. Okay, have you guys ever done trying to deliver the message but the receiver is not ready? Yeah, a geek said so.
Yes.
Okay, so you have any question before I'm going?
No, the second point is very beautifully about the how to voice it out in the community. Is like our message must clean and positive and courage and inspiring and full of passion. And when you deliver it, you need to be calm and speak it with your calm state, so you are not attacking anyone or making a violence for your own message, right?
Okay, no
Okay,
question,
no,
right?
no question.
All right, okay. So let's continue about how we do voice it out when people and the receiver is not ready. So I make it in two scenarios. The first scenario is you want to deliver the point across, the message across. That's one thing. Okay, and the second scenario is in the case of you have an argument with somebody. So we're gonna look in the first scenario first, which is you need to deliver the point across. Like for example, I want to get a promotion through the boss that I didn't get it for a couple of years already, and I need him or her to look at it. So my message is just I want my promotion, and I believe I deserve a promotion already since last year. Why do I not having it, or what do I need to do to have that promotion? So that is the way to do it, and you need to form those things perfectly first before you able to voice it out. But when the receiver is not ready, the first thing that you need to be done is yourself to get the point across, to know that what you want and what's stopping that to happen. But when you prepare yourself 100%, what I just said, that is about 70%. So there is a 30% left in that part that is might not yet ready for us 100%, because you might want to go to talk to the boss, and then you felt that he doesn't want to pay you more, so he just avoiding you, running away from you, and then you couldn't grab him yet. So that is a part that you gonna have to hold yourself very still, because it could be very frustration that how the hell he's not talking to me, I want to talk about this. So you need to be even more professional, because you're gonna look childish. Even what you wanna voice it out is what you deserve. So you need to trying to send the email, make an appointment earlier, calling him or catching him at the water cooler. I used to have one guy that in the association that I couldn't grab a grip of him in any shape or form. He ran away from me, and I have other things to do to not be able to chasing him, until I sat down and I worked through myself, and I sent the message to a couple of places so I can grab a grip on him. So if you send a personal message and then he cannot get you, so get him right in front of the community and of people, like talk to him or her and saying that, hey Mark, suppose his name is Mark, hey Mark, can I have a personal conversation with you tomorrow morning, like 9 o'clock? Yeah. And he said no, like, oh, what time you available today, on tomorrow? And then he must say yes with the time, because it's in front of people. Okay, in that case, it's you just have to try different way. If it doesn't work yet, that mean it's not a right strategy yet. Okay, so just keep doing your best so you're able to speak your mind out. Otherwise, you will feel suffocated in your heart and you want to kill somebody if you don't talk it out. Okay, so that is how you prepare yourself 100% fully with the message state and the result of the guy that running away or the girl that running away. So look for opportunity to talk to him and voice it out to her by setting the appointment, organizing it, and keep changing the different strategy, and don't take it so personally if he or she running away, because they might be busy for real, or they might not be in the state of they able to. Okay, so another one is delivery, the fact that stick with the fact only, that this is what you make me feel, this is what happened. So when you say that this is what make me feel, it's a little bit challenging, because you involve the emotion. Try to stick only the fact that for the past 3 years I didn't get promoted. I would like to get a promotion, and my friend who start later, she got a promotion. What do I need to get a promote? With that. So with that fact purely, see, because you're not going to feel so emotional around that. And when you deliver the message, all the time, you prep yourself but the guy or the girl or the woman or the man or a group of people is not preparing as you. So you need to give them a time to let that information to sink in, and then come back, and then you in control with that message by, okay, since this is a new thing for you, and I also want the result, so may I get back to you on what time and when that is going to be perfect for you to talk about this again. But if you voice it out and not saying pinpoint with the timing, it might not be very good one.
So you're saying we are not demanding the answer right away. So we just let them think about it because it's new to them, and then we can talk it later.
Yes, that's what I say. Majority of the thing we cannot demand the answer right away, but some of the cases it can be done. Like, for example, in a relationship, and then one of you just find out that the other one have an extra more than plus one, that could be the time that if you know for a while, you could ask that, or maybe sending the message that it's done, or what is it that you want, who it is that you want to be in your life, and that's it. Or some women might not saying that that's it, that's it, bye. Depend on what is the circumstance, how important of that person, and how important of that person or that situation to you as the person who voices it out.
So I have a question.
Yes.
Many times that I voice it out to people that I would like to speak with, and also many times that I got angry with the response that they speak with me. So what's my case? It's like I'm not calm enough, or did I expect the answer, or I disappointed? So I wasn't happy with the answer.
Okay. So first of all, you say that you delivering with the anger. That's one thing, that you're not in the state of good to be voice it out. That's one thing. And then you say that you don't like the answer.
Right.
Voice it out is not guaranteed that you're gonna like the answer. The only thing that you can guarantee is you able to shift the heavy from your chest and shoulder out. Okay, if you do not like the answer, you have to negotiate and talk more with that. So for example, with this supplier that I talked to, that the guy was rude, misogynist, looked down, racism, and violent, verbal violence. So when I say I said that the guy, the owner say apology and everything, but I said that apology for what? Like what's next? Because what I want is not reaching yet. So I don't like that answer yet. So we talk more. We talk more.
But
that
you
is
need to control your emotion.
It is, I don't want to say that you need to control the emotion. I want to say that you need to be in control. You need to be in control of your emotion, which means first thing before you're going to voice it out, you need to be in a calm state, and message is clear and certain and positive, and know what you want, so you deliver it. But if you start with anger, things will go down immediately. So that is wrong since the starting point. So with that, okay?
That's clear.
That was the part that about ourselves and about how to manage the receiver with the part that they to get the point across. And so now it's after we let the information to sink in, and then we see that what's next to be done, in that sense, like what's next, that after this voice it out, what could be done, and then we make an appointment that what is the answer, or some people can answer straight away. But now go to the part that and we let that people have information synced in, right? So the next one is about, in case that we cannot grab a grip on these people. How we gonna do it? We could find a coach or a mentor or a trusted friend to share this story with, and find a way to do so. And if the person that you want to voice it out could not hear you directly, but they're willing to hear it, we could invite the mediator in the middle to talk about it. Only they want to, though. There will be the time that people refuse to deal with the situation, and you never know when they're ready to want to deal with it. So you're gonna have to calm yourself and let it off your chest to somebody that you trusted. And that will resolving you almost 100%. And then you're gonna have to make peace with yourself that if it's worth to keep trying with this relationship or not. If they keep denying to let you communicating with you. So that is one thing. And the next one is about the argument. In the case of arguments, like when you're talking and chatting and running, and then you debating and almost in the fighting, either it's in email form, phone call, or face to face. You need to manage your state, your emotion, manage and in control, and aware all the time that what you feel about this thing. And if you cannot deliver your message through the fighting and yelling to each other, think about the message that you want to let it out and send it. And if you have that clear why talking and fighting, just pause yourself and think about that, how you could do it intelligently with the message. I know that it's very challenging, but the other person also angry. But if you can manage your EQ first, you will be able to say it when the time coming. The trick about dealing with the face-to-face arguments and phone call and thing, it just have to manage yourself first. Become an observer. Observe the other person and yourself, that what need to be done to complete this way. So this is how I solve my own challenging, and it's worked every time. I think it's worked every time. But the longer that you take to manage your own state, your own emotion, the longer that this thing is gonna prolong. Pretty much people stuck in this managed emotion, okay? So that is the part of it. So now we have another one that, another topic. Before this, do you have any question?
Well, when we talk about to calm yourself, that's the key. I have heard many times that Christy said that you need to be manage your own emotion or your own EQ. Is how?
Okay, all right. So
How to do?
I'm talking about delivering messages from my side first with the audience that I'm gonna ask him or her to listen later, not immediately. All right. So if I get, like, for example, I get this email and I'm super angry, and then I want to vent it, I want to kill him at that moment, but that is how angry we can reach, right? Doesn't mean that we want to kill him for real. So just let yourself feel that emotion to the point that you don't want to go anymore. And then ask yourself that, how long you gonna keep being in this emotion? And what will you get if you keep angry or keep in this state for however long? And what emotion is the best way to deal with this? And then you have your answer, And because of you venting and you allow yourself to feel the emotion that is challenging, you didn't stop it. You didn't resist or interrupting the process of healthy emotion by feeling it. So that will become easier because you know by intelligence and already feel by the emotion that let it out. So that is how we deal with this. Even the most worst case scenario, if you allow yourself to feel it, and then you know immediately that if you want to finish this course, you need to be in a different state. Am I answering you?
Yes, thank you.
Thank you. All right, so now is very challenging, very challenging topic, that how can you voice it out in a relationship or sensitive relationship. You could have a relationship with like friendship, mother, father, parenthoodship, boyfriend, girlfriend, husband, colleagues, boss ship, and things like that. The sensitive ship is sensitive relationship is something that you just like walk on the eggshell. I don't know what to talk or what to act around these people. So that is a sensitive one. Believe it or not, I have a lot of clients that having that challenging, sensitive relationship with their parents, to be able to ask them to do something or not to do something that is a very, very difficult. So
before we go that,
yes,
does it mean that we afraid of them? Are we afraid of hurting them? So we cannot say.
Okay, so the sensitive relationship and eggshell walking on the relationship that have, I don't think it's come from the afraid or scared only. It's coming from like afraid to get to hurt them, or afraid of our own self, or it just can be so many ways. But the key is, what is it that make it so sensitive? What is it that you're so afraid? You're afraid to hurt them, so you hurt yourself instead. You're afraid to speak to him because of he keep yelling at you, so that it need to be addressed, that what actually that you hiding from. So if you identify that part already, you will be able to deal with it with later on, because everything that you're aware, it will be the first starting point. So once when you're able to aware of that, like for example, I'm afraid I'm going to speak to my boss, I'm afraid that what he or she going to say something, and then you just, okay, I'm afraid. What am I actually afraid of her? She's always yelling, and I don't know, she's just a boss. So just you keep asking yourself around that, or talk to somebody, and then find out that. When you find out that already, and then ask that, is this only in your head or is for real? Because what could be go wrongs about it that you speak to that? So I'm not saying that it's easy though. I'm saying that it's practicing make perfect, but nothing in the world is perfect. It's always beautiful as it is. So we're gonna be a work in progress, and that will help us to be the best of ourselves. So that how we manage in the sensitive relationship. For example, let's say that some culture, and especially Asian culture, we have been taught to be obeyed with the parents, with the sibling, with the family by in general. So the rational point of view in that part is many times it's dropped down, and it's never been counting as origin into the conversation. It's just like, I told you so, you have to do what I say. That's pretty much is a mentality around the parenting and familyhood, which is not okay. And we many people stuck about that, how I'm gonna say that right now I'm grow up already, and you should treat me with the respect. How could we gonna walk across this part by not because we are afraid that if we say this, we disrespect him or her or our parents, and then that is gonna gone into that's we're gonna make them cry, and that's pretty much of every kid's thinking like that or grown up already. But think about this: if you don't speak it, you're afraid to make them cry. You yourself suffer in this relationship, and also you and them, the one that in the family, cannot have a fully fruitful the relationship, because you withhold something. You always feel something behind your back that you couldn't feel whole about it. So I encourage you to facing it and to talking it, and if you unable to deal it yourself, you just talk to someone that you trust, your friends, your mentor, your boss, and somebody that able to deal with this, or professional coach, or contact anyone that work in this area by their reputation, by their testimonial. Do not just go for someone that never done along this way before, because it's very sensitive and it's very fragile, especially this topic is vulnerable around the loved one. Also with the husband and wife, or boyfriend and girlfriend. Some people live together for a long time, but they didn't have the fruitful relationship. They just chat. They're almost like a housemate rather than making a relationship. So you yourself need to think about that, but that is tap into the relationship part that might not be appropriate to talk in this in this one yet. Okay, so do you have any question before I'm going to the last topic of today?
So you mean that in the sensitive relationships, when we speak out of our mind, it doesn't mean that we hurting them, and because we love them, so we try to communicate, right? And it's a false belief that if we speak up, that we are not a good person to them.
Okay, all right, yep. So very interesting. Some people believe that the culture-wise, if it's talking to the Western culture, majority of it's not everyone. In many family, the kids in Westerner still unable to talk, to speak up anyway, and because of afraid they're gonna hurt mom or hurt dad. But if you put up with it, you couldn't go full, and they could behave in the way that didn't support you, empowering you, then how come you're gonna love them fully? You're gonna feel reluctant in each other. And Gig said one thing very important is just by speaking up with mutual respect yourself and respect them. It's promote love, it's promote relationship. It's not the other way by having a relationship by shut up. That is suppression, and that is gonna make you feel sick in so many ways. So that is and that is very good. Am I answer you?
Yes.
Okay. Yes. And that is a very, very good to the bridge of how was it out reflecting our self-worth. By not speaking in the family, I deal with a lot of clients who not speaking inside the family, and then let the parents say or do something in a certain way that is not healthy or empowering. I'm not saying that did everything unhealthy. We are human, we're not perfect though. They might do something that is not good to that moment, like yelling, or making us embarrassing in front of cousin and family. So that it need to voice it out and then respect to each other. But if it's not being communicated, this bad, poor behavior is prolonged and doing ongoing again and again. So that is gonna affect that you unable to be a person that speak up in the society when you grow up. You're unable to speak up in your workplace. You know you're right, but you're unable to speak it until it's accumulating this behavior, until one day you don't know what is right and what is wrong, because that's how I deal with a lot of people. And Yeah, that's in the false belief in the first place. And some people know that the man that they dating, or the woman that they dating in the relationship, is not respect them enough, is not really show the respect, but put up with the bad behavior again and again and again, instead of saying that, hey, I do not like that you came late every time, and then you let me wait for hour each time. This is not good, and I cannot accept this behavior. But you cannot deliberate it, and then it's become his habit or her habit to keep you waiting over an hour, and you waiting for that behavior each time. So that is affecting your self-worth. It's affecting that, why do I have to bend myself down or lower my standard just because of I do believe that I love the guy or love the girl. So that is questioning, and it will reflect every area of your life. So you become a pleaser, or the person that can kick around. Can anyone kick around to any way and get whatever they want through you? So that is how dangerous of not speaking it out. But you need to know that if you suffer in the abusive relationship, any shape or form, and you not say it out loud, it could be a day, a month, a year, 10 years, and then you losing that life force and that lifetime, because in human we count the year, we count the month, and we will lose that time to be our fully self. But by owning it, that what we want, and communicate that what we want to the person that we need to be communicate and deal with it, it's uplifting, and then it's allow us to grow to the next level. So that is how not voicing it out, showing in the self-worth. By speaking it out, like look at Oprah. Look at Oprah. Oprah is on her story and sharing that story, so she become one of the wisdom lady, and inspiring a lot of women that been challenging into the situation like her, and saying that wasn't so bad, even you've been molested, and then you're able to wake up and then own your own power and then walk through that again. But you own your story, you accept it and what you want. So understanding that she be in the relationship with a very wonderful man that's been with her for a very long time, and that is how every woman and every man should be, should get it in the relationship, supporting and kinding and caring in the relationship. If you do not set your standard, if you do not communicate it to people, that is who are you to not having the right to have that kind of relationship, or that thing that you need to have it, if you do not communicate it yourself.
This is a matter of courage to voice up also.
Yes, it is. Thank you, Elizabeth. It is a matter to be able to voice up. You need to feel confident and courage. But even the courage, the first person, the first time and everything, your voice and your hand and your body still shake. But what is for? It's for your liberty, it's for your freedom, it's for your fully fruitful of yourself. So that is worth it. Courage, between the courage and coward or fearful, many people that perform courage, but they still fear inside. Many times that I go to the training venue that like 300 or 1,000 people, I was actually fearful at the beginning, but I do it anyway because of I feel that it will come. Because how do we know that what is courage if we do not let the momentum spin, let the plate spin and see the momentum? And then just do that, practice that, and role play that until you feel that you're able to articulate that word properly before you voice it up. Do the role play, consult the person that is having your back, your coach, your mentor, your best friend. You have to find that person, right? If you go to the wrong person, that the person is full of judgmental and thinking that this is a bad idea, don't go to that person. Talk to a couple of people that you feel good. Yeah, anyone that help you to stimulate yourself to be a better person, be around, and then, or you even contact us. You know that we, in the name of the Pinklotus-Foundation, we provide course and certification to be coaches, and we have a lot of coaches in our alumni. You can contact us, and then you can have a chemistry session for free to see that how you're able to voice it out in that way. Or contact me or contact Geek, and talk to the foundation platform, and we will be very honored to helpful in that way. So I'm Christy, and Geek want to thank you guys very much about coming today to I know that it's in the middle of the day, and some of you might have some lunch and some other business, and if you have any question that pop up later, just send me a message, send Pinklotus a message, and talk about it. And if you're interested to learn more about how to do voice it out, or the personal development, how to do with the EQ, and are interested to do the pro bono or be part of Pinklotus-Foundation, any shape or form, just send us the message. And we have our partner is Coachology, who certify other coaches and teaching the personal development to NLP and ICF. And I'm also doing the personal coaching, and we have a tons of coaches in the alumni who willing to help and want to see the chemistry session. Just let us know. And thank you very much for being.
Thank you, Elizabeth. Thank you, you too.
Thank you, Elizabeth. Thank you very much. Thank you. Bye bye. See you in 2 weeks' time with a new topic.